Oh, this is brand new. Look at this. How is this gonna go? I don't know. We will see. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Pragmatic Addict here. I know, different. I am actually in my yard right now, but I just got done watching Fresh. And the reason why I'm in my yard is because, I watched Fresh with a couple friends of mine, and the house is a little preoccupied. So I thought I'd come out and get some fresh air and, just took a shower. It'll make sense if you see this movie. You're gonna need the fresh air in the shower. But yes, I just got done watching Fresh. Fresh is the newest Hulu horror film. So Fresh is about a girl who meets a guy, and they start dating. And as they start dating, he reveals something very fucked up about himself, which I'm not going to spoil because I don't know if it's actually said in the plot. All I know is that I was looking forward to this movie for a bit, and going into it, I mean, I heard some things, I had some ideas of what it could have possibly been teasing or what the whole secret is about the movie, but I still didn't know. So just for that sake, I'm not going to spoil anything in this movie. But yes, it is about this girl who meets this guy, and she's kind of like a recluse girl. She doesn't date. It kind of shows her background and shows her setup as to why she doesn't date. And what sucks is that after she starts dating this guy that she actually does fall for, again, he reveals something very fucked up about himself, and shit breaks and hell pretty much breaks loose. This is a really quickly. This is a very. I'm not even gonna say like what genre it is because that could actually even spoil it. But it's a gross movie. It's a really gross movie, and that says something because, for example, the movie Swallow. Great movie. Did not gross me out at all. I was drawn to it. I thought it was a delightful movie. I thought it was a beautiful movie, a heartbreaking movie, but didn't gross me out. What I'm saying is that I have a tolerance for things. I have a tolerance for films, certain films, as well as the people that I had watched this movie with. And all of us were just trying to get through this fucking thing. It's a very gnarly film. It's a very disgusting film. And one thing that like I want to mention is this is really funny. I don't know if I've ever thought about this like in this kind of like aspect, but I don't think. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like what the movie's concept is and what it contains in it is disgusting alone. But I think what made this movie kind of like turn my stomach more is that this may not make sense, but this is just kind of what I'm getting out of this. I guess like the best way I can describe is that this movie's got a very like filthy, creepy, toxic feel to it, and regardless of like what is actually seen on screen, the nature of the film, its atmosphere, like the kind of like where its roots lie, how that feels, is really what kind of disgusted me. This is a very cringe film. Oh my god, it's so fucking cringe. And one of the people that I was like that I watched it with was like had the argument of like, oh well, it's cringe comedy. No, it's not. They try to do comedy and it comes off cringy. That's a different story. And that's like the thing about this film is that it has things that can make it a good movie. The first the start of the film, like up until the opening sequence, which is kind of like a spoiler, but like the first 30 minutes aren't even the first act. It's like the opening sequence. After the first 30 minutes, you get the title card, which I thought was kind of cool. And up to that point, I was like, oh shit, this movie's fine. I like it. This is gonna get the positive review. But as the movie went on, it's not so much of like what it contained and everything, but it's how it did things. This movie has a good start, and it has the potential to be a genuinely good horror film. But the thing with this movie, to me, the biggest issue is that it felt like, and which this is like the biggest thing to me. And it's probably like a huge flaw in its own self, but I feel like the movie just had way too much trouble getting to where its main focus wanted to be, or where it wanted its main focus to be. And the characters in this film, fine actors, fine performers, but oh my god, the characters I could not get on board with, as well as the writing. The writing, again, it tries to go off this like dark comedy kind of thing, which just didn't work for me. I thought that it was a gross film. I thought that what it was trying to do, like getting under people's skin, it succeeded in that. But the characters, I just couldn't give a shit about. The build up to them, how they were reacting to things, I just couldn't get on board with it. Again, so like going into that real quick again, it's like, this girl who doesn't date, she starts seeing this guy, and the thing with that is like, not only is like, should that be like a huge thing to focus on, which they didn't in my eyes, but like, it felt so forced. The way that these people, their relationship kind of starts and how it transitions, it just doesn't feel right. It didn't feel natural. It didn't make sense to me. I just flat out didn't buy it. That's the best way I can put it. I didn't buy the characters. I didn't buy their build up or their setup. And the genre bending that the movie tried to do, I feel like it just failed in. It just didn't work. It didn't feel right. And maybe that's kind of why I felt so grossed out by this movie, as well as like what it contains. Again, it succeeds in that manner, but I feel like, again, where the movie was trying to focus on, it had trouble with doing that. And the build up getting to that was even more troublesome. Again, going into this girl who doesn't date, and she finds this guy, and she's having trouble with finding the right person. How that actually built up, and how she actually grows with this character, and how everything unfolds and just grows and gets fleshed out. It didn't feel right to me. I just couldn't get on board with it, which is a huge thing. Is that, again, these are good actors, but these characters alone, I could not get on board with it at all. Because, yeah, I mean, again, I'm trying not to go into spoiler territory here, but yes, this girl, she meets this guy, and then they kind of hook up, and then they go to this like cabin, this getaway thing that he stays at, and basically when they get there, shit hits the fan, which that's all I'm gonna say. So it's got a good setup to it, and the reveal is actually pretty. Again, it left a linger on me. It works, like, in that aspect. The film did fine with, but getting to that level and maintaining that, and the build up along with the characters and the writing, pretty much everything besides what the film actually was going for, just didn't really stick with me. So overall, guys, I think I'm gonna give Fresh a 3.3 to a 3.4. Yeah, in the end, it's your typical Hulu cringe horror film that tries to be gutsy, which, again, it did fine with. If you like films like Titane, Swallow, Raw, this is gonna be right up your alley. But in saying that, this just, again, it had a promising concept, and it could have gone to good directions, and it started out like that. But all the major things that would have made that happen just didn't work. So, guys, that's gonna do it for my Fresh review. Again, this is kind of like a weird video, I know, weird setup and everything, but yeah, I was just occupied. I watched this with a couple friends, and I was late to the video, so I'm like, I'm gonna go outside, get some fresh air, because I need to anyways. Do this review outside. It kind of feels a little bit natural, actually. It kind of fits. But yes, guys, it has been a few days since I've done a review, so just had to take a few days off. I've been cranking out a lot of videos lately, which I'm really happy about. I like the consistency that I'm doing, and I'm planning on keeping it that way. But during those days off, I actually ended up finally checking out Euphoria, the first season anyway, which I am actually going to talk about tomorrow if everything goes according to plan. Very soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Should be tomorrow. But yes, this is going to do it for this review. I am going to talk about the Euphoria series. And then Turning Red from Pixar comes out the 11th, so that would probably be my next one after that. So what I'm saying is, yeah, took a few days off, getting back into the swing of things now. Fresh. Again, it's so weird giving this such like a low score, because it's like, at the same time, I'm like, when I look at it in retrospect, it's not a bad movie. But then I think about all the things separately, and I'm like, yeah, they're all pretty bad to me. So that's just where I land with this one. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys watched the movie, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is getting some pretty good reviews, but hearing some pretty mixed things about it as well. So yes, it's going to do it for my review, guys. I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow of Euphoria Season 1. Take care and have a safe night.